I'm Alicia Camacho and welcome to this week's episode. This week we are talking about language and words and how they have evolved. A little tadpole to like the full-blown frog that it is. It's a big thing, guys. Mostly the older generation that just doesn't quite get our lingo. Sometimes I feel like I'm included in that older generation because I don't know half the things that the kids of today speak about. And I speak of the kids of today because like I feel like I could be 19. Figured that we could like talk about some of the words and phrases millennials and Generation Z's people have created. The English language is no stranger to change and evolution and evolving to suit the times and the people that are living in that particular time period. If we look at Shakespeare, for instance, everybody knows Shakespeare. Well, Shakespeare created over 1,700 words and phrases in all his plays. So thanks, Shakespeare, you really gave our language, our dictionaries like a leg up in life. But the crazy thing is we still use some of those phrases today. Shakespeare was so revolutionary and so intelligent with his words. Some of the phrases I've never heard of before in my life. But we're just gonna like go with the flow, and I thought we could start off with some of the phrases and words that Shakespeare invented and created for us and for our use. We have barefaced, which means you have no makeup on. Caked. I don't know if Shakespeare meant it like this, but when someone puts cake in your face, that's how I see caked. You know, you were caked. I don't know, or your face is caked with makeup. Too much. Cold-blooded. Thank you, Shakespeare. You know, he did have a lot of family politics and drama in all his plays. So, lots of people cold-blooded, yeah. Excitement. Oh, my word. Who would have thought that Shakespeare created the word excitement? Eyeball, as if that wasn't a word already. Like, what did they call an eye? An eye. Did they not call an eyeball? I'm very confused. This one's my favorite, guys. Hobnob. I don't know what it means, because I'm pretty sure they didn't have a stove back in the day. It was just called a hob. But hobnob sounds really, really funny. I'm pretty sure it's something dirty, and I'm just repeating this word. Sorry. Swagger. Oh, pandas. Panders. I don't know what that means either, but apparently he created it. Skim milk. Low-fat milk? Skim milk? Shakespeare invented skim milk. Method in his madness. Guys, I'm pretty sure from one of the many crazy characters that Shakespeare invented, one of them had to have thought, this method is because of my madness. Green-eyed monster. Yes, I think I know the play that this came from, but I'm not going to say it out loud for fear of being wrong. It's definitely, I actually kind of forgot that, I know of the play, but I forgot what it's called, so that's also, if you know it, comment, let me know what the, yeah. Oh, where's one's heart on one's sleeve? That's sweet. Shakespeare could be a romantic heart, you know, before he kills him. Shakespeare was on a roll. Shakespeare was beyond his years. Now, every year, you know, there are several dictionaries in this world, right? And now dictionaries have become all electronic, so it's so much easier to use a dictionary now. But every year, these various dictionary companies will include a new set of words, right? I don't know what causes these words to qualify to be added to the list, because some of them, I've been using these words for like forever, and only now they're like officially part of the dictionary. We're going to look at two dictionaries. We're going to look at the Oxford Dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary, and then we're going to look at the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, because Merriam also has some really cool words that she's been adding to her dictionary. So the Oxford Dictionary gets about 1,000 new words every year, and the Merriam-Webster Dictionary gets about 840 words every year, and that's excluding like other sites like dictionary.com or Urban Dictionary that they are not official dictionaries, but they are generally used for their references to pop culture words and things that are catching things. Some words that are included in the Oxford English Dictionary. We have stan, which is like you're a fan. And for like the sciencey people, you have quibbit, which is a digital information, and like it's quantum and digital, like made a baby. So quibbit is the new baby word. Garbage time, which is apparently a time in a sports match where it's just like nothing's happening. It's like if the one team is winning and then like they know the other team knows they're gonna lose, so they just like play like nothing. We have peak. Now peak has a new meaning. Peak is a new meaning word, mountain peak, but now you also have the peak where you've like reached the top of your game. You've peaked. So purple. We all know purple as the color purple, but now it refers to a political stance in the United States. Now you have the Democrats and the Republicans, which are blue and red in whichever party. A person who is purple is like a mix between both Republicans and Democrats, and they're kind of like in the middle. Makes sense because blue and red do make purple. Primary colors, people. Screen time. Screen time is an entertainment word now. As a performer, I know what that means. It's how much time you have on the screen. Like how often are you seen on that screen. I was surprised that this was only added like this year. An EGOT. What is an EGOT? It sounds like a meal. No. It is an entertainment reference to someone who has won 4 very specific awards, and then they've got an EGOT. There are several celebrities that have this. One of them is John Legend. Cynthia Nixon. Cynthia Nixon is also an EGOT winner, and I know this because of a podcast I've listened to. EGOT is if you win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony Award. Woo! These are awards in like every single like sort of category. Bougie, adorbs, and guac, which are all new sort of slang words. So if you're bougie, you're like the bourgeoisie, you're like fancy. Adorbs is obviously like the shortening of adorable, and guac is shortening for guacamole. Food bank. And then you also have self-harm, which has only been added now to the dictionary as an official word. Generation Z, okay, which is the generation that is born between 1996 and 2010. Then you are Generation Z. I don't know what generation you are after that. A bath, which is a slipper. A bam or a bam pot, which is someone who's stupid and annoying, obnoxious. Some South African words, guys. I have a bok. I've never heard of anybody refer to South African as a bok or a bok. Like, yeah, we have our Springboks and we have the rugby players, which are the Boks. But then there should be like South African rugby, you know? South Africans are not referred to as Boks. Canna butter. So you have a whole bunch of cannabis words because cannabis is now a huge thing. And so canna butter refers to the butter. You have Joburg. Joburg officially made the dictionary. It is the shortening of the word Johannesburg. Like, why wasn't this on like a long time ago? Like, surely you can get a puggle, which I'm not going to try and describe, but it's a dog. Okay, puggles are dogs. Skunked, which means that you will get drunk while you are under the influence of weed. So I've heard that that's not a really good combination. So essentially, our words are changing, they are evolving, they are mimicking the times that we are in, and also the generation that is coming up. The older generation may have created some words, and I know my mom did have a lot of, my mom and my dad and every other adult that I know, they did have some interesting words of their time. Going back to, did my generation ever have any words that we created? We did. We didn't have QWERTY keyboards back in our days. We had a normal cell phone, and that's how we communicate. We used abbreviations. My generation was the generation of abbreviations. Certain words we didn't spell out because it took like an eternity. So, and might I add, guys, I got so good at typing on my little keypad that I could type without looking and then just read and send it off. So I decided to take it a step further and go into Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary literally has everything. They have like all the weird words and wonderful things that people use. They also have a lot of sexual terms. Guys, I would not recommend looking at the sex terms because wow, that's a lot. Bird boxed. What does it mean if you're bird boxed? Wow. Bird box apparently means that if you see someone at the shops or somewhere that you don't really want to see them, you do everything in your power to avoid them. So what you do is you back yourself up into a corner and you stay there until they disappear, because you really don't want to like confront them or see them or say hello to them. The next one is, I'm not gonna say offensive, but at the same time Call it what you want, but it happens. Leg beard. You want to know what that is? Leg beard is basically when a girl or woman doesn't shave her legs. Now guys, listen. Shaving is a mission and a half. We have to shave everywhere. And so, if we want to let our leg hair grow, I feel like that's our right to do so. Okay? And if I'm going to wear long pants, what's the point in having smooth legs? That doesn't make any sense. If it's winter and I'm wearing leggings and tracksuit pants and stockings, why should I shave my legs? Hello. BSC, batshit crazy is probably what I was going on over there right now. It's probably went a little bit BSC. What? Now we have some other words. We have a lamper, which is someone who stays in one spot for 24 hours. Shoot me straight means tell me the truth. Anti-stalking, which is where you, and I didn't even know there was a word for this, but where you check someone's schedule and time everything according to them in order to avoid them. I've done that, guys. I even changed my whole parking spot to avoid someone. Now the truth comes out. So I would avoid certain people at a certain time. I'd just be like, oh wait, this time. So I moved, so I wouldn't have to face them. Call me petty, but whatever. They followed me. What must I do? Tooth sweater. What is a tooth sweater? Oh. Guys, when you forget to brush your teeth in the morning, or you're just too lazy to brush your teeth in the morning, and so you have fuzz on your teeth, that's called a tooth sweater. And then you have clam jamming. This one made me laugh, guys. So you know how we'll have cock blocking, where your mate will block you from trying to get a chick. So the lesbians have a term. It's called clam jamming, and another girl will come and just jam the clam, and so you can't get that clam. Offensive eating, where you will eat something so that no one else will eat it. No, I don't want that person to eat that. Eat it themselves. Camera goer, what is a camera goer? Oh, guys, we get this all the time, and we're all guilty of this. It's when we go to a concert and we're just like, I love you. You're amazing. You're on my phone forever. The camera goes to the concert, not you. We're like, I got his face. He smiled at me. He smiled at me. Oh my gosh, he smiled at me. Language, right? There's so many different ways to express ourselves. There's so many different ways to just get our point across there. We are moving away from technically talking to each other. We are communicating via pictures and sounds. And by doing that, we have GIFs. We have Snapchat, we have Instagram stories, we have Instagram posts, we have emojis, we have filters. We have so many things that we now use to try and communicate. And so a lot of people don't quite understand what young people are saying. YOLO, everybody knows what YOLO means, but if you don't know, YOLO means you only live once. It is a simpler form of Carpe Diem. FOMO and JOMO. Two different things, but similar. FOMO is the fear of missing out, which you don't want to miss something. JOMO, which is the joy of missing out, which you don't mind missing. Lit. Now, a lot of people ask, what does lit mean? Including myself. Lit basically just is a really, really big exaggeration in a really tiny word of how cool or awesome something is. T. Now, we've all seen Sophie Turner and her Instagrams, and she's like, and that's the tea. Well, tea actually came from Beyonce's Lemonade album, and then it also became a meme with Kermit the Frog spilling the gossip, he's spilling the news, he's sharing something that's technically meant to be on the hush-hush. So let's put this into context. Sansa Stark spilled the tea when it came to Jon Snow. Woke, you can't just use it for anything though. Woke is specifically to compliment someone on their political standings or their socio-issue standings, gender identity things, or they're racially aware of situations that are happening. Then you have salty. Salty means if you're just in a bad mood and it's just Instagram. Instagram is fake Instagram, and it doesn't mean that your Instagram page is fake or that Instagram is fake. It just means that you have a page that no one knows about. Generally, you'll only have a few friends that are on it. Draking means when you're really sad, and because Drake the musician sings a lot of melancholy kind of songs, you're draking. Low-key means that you're really excited about something, but you don't want to draw attention to it, so you're I'm low-key angry. The basic. Now you've heard a lot of people be like, oh, she's a basic. She's basic, a basic white girl. Basic basically means something is unoriginal or it's like not thought out. It's just like, oh, you copied and pasted kind of thing. Milk. What do you mean, Alicia? What milk? What milk? What milk? The cow? Milk in the cereal? Spoiled milk? No. When someone says get that person some milk, it means they need help, and like serious help. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. We have to make the effort to keep up with the times. They will be changing, and you gotta know what's happening. Guys, if you like this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you want to follow me on my social media, you can follow me on my Instagram, which is Alicia Camacho _official, or on my Twitter, which is Alicia C _official. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. Remember, you are awesome, you are great, and you are loved.